Okay, good
Sabi.
morning. Yeah, I will mute you. Sorry. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, Philippines, and good afternoon, Middle East. Today, welcome back to our every week or daily live. So today we just need to adjust the time of World English Review because napaka-busy ni Sir Lee J. Later, I don't know if we can ask what's the reason. Anyway, yeah. So welcome sa lahat ng bagong join. So if you want to be a member ng GC namin, just like our Facebook and send us message. And then without further ado, I'll bring you now Sir Lee J. Sir Lee J, good evening.
Yes, good evening to all of you.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Lee. And magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Is this just a Zoom room or are you
We're live on Facebook.
live on Facebook? Okay. Guys, for those of you on Facebook, you might want to transfer to the Zoom room kasi if you haven't attended my class, ah, I don't treat it like a conference na ako lang magsasalita because I'm not taking the test, you are taking the test. So I want to get feedback from the students. Pag nagturo ako ng speaking, for instance, instead of forcing my answers on you, gusto ko sa inyo manggagaling and then I can do some corrections and then maybe some suggestions. Okay? Pero ayoko rin na parang nakaset lang yung presentation. I'd like to talk to each and every one of you. Ganun po yung style ko. Gusto ko mas personal because that's the best way to help people. Okay? I only guest with IFNG like twice a month lang. Alam ko. Okay, used to be once a week pero oh man, daming ginagawa. So twice. Maybe dadalasan ko po. I'm planning something. For those who will participate, don't worry. I will reward you. Okay? Participation will be rewarded. Definitely. So mabilis lang po na pagpapakilala because it's the first time that many of you are seeing me. So let me just share this one. Ako na lang mag-introduce ng sarili ko. Dahil wala akong kasama. So where's my presentation? There. I hope you can see my slideshow. Okay lang po ba yung size? Readable naman. Or is it too small?
Make it little bit bigger, sir.
Medyo maliit. Okay,
Can you adjust or no?
Yeah, kasi nasa long screen. Ano ba ilipat ko? Okay, let me make some adjustments. Ito na lang, yung mismong slide na lang. Yan. So anyway, my name is Lee J. De Jesus. Okay, parang mas payat ako ng konti dito sa picture. That's probably like 10 pounds, 15 pounds lighter. Tumaba sa kakakain. I started teaching in 2005. I'm probably one of the longest serving Ielts teachers in the Philippines. And it always makes me feel old when I say that. Pero okay lang, no problema. Okay, I started online teaching 2012 po. No? Lot of teachers started because of the pandemic, pero I was ahead of it by a few years. Okay, I have a Cambridge CELTA qualification. I've been training with IDP and British Council matagal na, since 2006. Sawa na sila sa mukha ko. Okay, and I developed materials and content but not just for our company, for several companies. And I'm happy to say naka-9 ako. Okay, even though, I don't know if I look like somebody get a 9. Kasi looking at my picture parang hindi naman blonde. Okay, hindi naman maputi. Hindi naman mukhang galing sa mamahaling school. Okay, pero naka-9 pa rin. Posible naman kasi siya. Basta, alam mo yun, tama yung preparation mo. One more thing you need to know about me, I also teach CELPIP and CALE. These are Canadian tests. Ano po to? Competitor po sila ng IELTS. Okay? CELPIP is the competitor for IELTS GT. CALE is the competitor for IELTS Academic because Canada's developing has developed its own test. And I'm the first ever international webinar presenter na Filipino. Okay? For these tests. Yan. So I'm employed part-time under Paragon Testing Enterprises of Canada. So for those of you going to Canada, this is your alternative. Okay, so I teach IELTS, so we TQ, self-pay, basically lahat, no? I also teach civil service exam preparation because I've taken it once and passed it. Okay, because I don't teach exams na wala akong alam. I usually pass them first before I teach them myself. I also did, matagal na yung last day, some call center language training, but I can probably do that easily. I integrate it into my IELTS classes anyway. What are my interests? I love books, watching documentaries, videos, syempre, cellphone eh. I also love gardening. I'm not the best at it, pero I'm trying. um, I try to exercise dito lang sa garden. Talon-talon lang po, upo po, tayo-tayo. Okay, I used to play basketball before the pandemic. Oh, I still play guitar. Okay, ukulele. Ukulele. Here's my, yan. Lagi kong katabi to habang nagtuturo. So it's my, ano ba ang tawag dito? It's my comfort object. Security blanket. Ayun, yung tawag nila in English. And I'm not blonde. I don't have a British accent. Okay, but yeah, still able to achieve a band 9 speaking overall score of band 9. So, yung mga humihingi ng tulong, yes, I'm gonna give you my best today. Okay? So, let me stop sharing that. So, ang topic po natin today ay speaking. What's the best way to improve your speaking? It's to speak. Some people, tulad ng sinasabi ko before 9. Okay, some people want to improve a skill, but they're actually not doing it the right way. Some people want to improve their writing skills. For instance, lalo na yung mga nurses, kailangan improve kasi dyan marami bumabagsak, di ba, sa writing. Yeah. Pero, what do? They don't write. What they do is they read. Again, they read samples. O kaya, so mag-improve nun yung reading skills mo. O kaya they watch videos. Dami namang libreng videos ngayon sa, sa YouTube. Okay, it's a wonder may trabaho pa kami. Pero yeah, we are still needed. So, pag nanood ka ng video sa mag-improve, more on your listening skills because you're just listening to it. Pag nagbasa ka ng samples, yeah, matututo ka ng konti sa writing, pero more on reading yung madedevelop. Gusto mong gumaling sa pagsusulat, magsulat ka. Gusto mong gumaling sa pagsasalita, then speak. Right? Oh, are there any participants who don't understand Filipino? So I'm gonna stop code switching para hindi po ako magpalit-palit ng English tsaka Tagalog. So, if you ask me, I prefer to teach, okay, in both languages, just to make sure my audience understands. Pero kung gusto niyo ng all English, if somebody doesn't understand Filipino, you only understand English, then I can do that also, probably. So what? Anong gusto niyo? What do you want? I'll give you what you want, what you really, really want. Okay lang po? English? Filipino, English? Okay lang? Okay, mukhang wala naman nagre-request, no? If you have requests, please tell me. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it's okay, just tell me, right? So anyway, let's go. Let's accept Christine over here. There you go. So guys, do you already know the basics of the speaking test? Siguro naman, alam nyo na, no? So for the speaking test, it's the shortest test of the IELTS. Okay, it's 11 to 14 minutes. Ayokong mag-PowerPoint, so I'm just gonna tell you. You can just write it down in your notebooks. It's 11 to 14 minutes. It's one-on-one. All right, and it's composed of 3 parts. I'm gonna show you my exam last 2019. So I memorized my questions, and you are welcome to see them. Okay, let me share them with you. Pwede niyo pong screenshot. You can take a picture if you want. Doesn't matter. Okay lang yan. Ito po, sige. So let's have a quick look at it. Okay, so I got 9 for this test. All right, so part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 is called the introduction and the short interview. They're gonna ask you, of course, to state your name, and then mostly the questions will be all about you. So for me, they ask me about my employment. What do you do for a living? What do you like most about your work? What would help you become better in your job? A lot of you will get asked the same questions. These part, these three questions, okay? Probably like one-fourth of the people in the audience right now, ito na po yung opening question niyo. Because there are only three topics for the opening questions about your work or your studies if you're studying, about where you live, okay? So your house or your apartment, and then your hometown. Yun po yung tatlong opening questions. Almost all of you, almost 100% of you will get one of those three. It's very rare that they don't ask that. So if there's a question that you should prepare for, it should be these. Dapat pagandaan nyo to. Bakit? Malaki yung probability na itatanong yan sa inyo. Alright? And then after that, my examiner asked me all about the sky. There's usually a theme. Okay? At what else? Yeah, some people get asked about exercising. Some people get asked about sleep. Okay? Some people, ang topic nila will be about pets. Some people, some candidates, their topics will be all about cooking. But there will be, several questions about it. Hindi nila kayo tatanungin ng isa lang and then change it. No, they usually explore the question from different angles. Okay? So ito po, introduction. How long does this take? It can be as short as 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, something like that, right? And then for part two, it's called the individual long term. I just shortened it because most examiners say it like this anyway. Long term. Talk about an intelligent person that you know. Please say who this person is, what this person does, how you knew about this person, and say why you consider this person to be intelligent. Again, there's a wide range of answers possible for this one. Okay, it can be Albert Einstein, it can be Nikola Tesla, or some other smart guy that you know. It can be Ashton Kutcher, yung artista. Okay, apparently he has a very high IQ. Yung mga role niya sa mga pelikula niya, medyo bobo, pero in reality, he's very, very smart. Former husband of Demi Moore, yung bata, si Ashton Kutcher. Pwede rin, okay? So, can be Marie Curie. Some people say my grandfather, my mother. Okay, just make sure that you can prove that they're intelligent. Okay, kasi yun po yung pinaka-importanting parte niyan eh. Why do you consider this person to be intelligent? So, itong part 2 na to, okay, because they do the speaking test right now, video call speaking na ngayon, di ba? So they will flash this on screen without any of the other questions. Itong part 2 lang yung makikita ninyo. It will look like this. So you won't see the other questions. The examiner will only flash this on screen. Okay? Then you will have 1 minute to prepare. Okay? There will be a piece of paper and a pencil ready for you. Pwede kayo mag-notes. Okay? And then after 1 minute po, they will take away this question. You won't see it again. Okay? And then they will stay quiet for 2 minutes. So 2 minutes po silang mananahimik. Okay? So, guys, if you have questions pala, by the way, just feel free to ask anytime. Okay? So during the 2 minutes, you will not see the questions anymore. But yes, you are allowed to take a look at your notes. And in fact, I've heard a lot of examiners say, tingin na lang kayo sa notes nyo. Why? Because I don't know what the other review centers are telling you, but eye contact is not a requirement in the Ielts test. In a normal interview, it would be, but for the Ielts test, no, it's not part of the grading system. You can get a perfect score and finish the whole test without looking at your examiner. Okay, so mas maganda, tingnan niyo yung notes niyo so that you know what to say next, you know what you've said so that you can tell a good story. Okay? May mga tanong ba kayo sa part 2? Because this is usually the part where people have a lot of questions. So, 2 minutes. Okay, you can just send me your questions. We have one here. Sir, okay, how do we know that, how do we know the time? How do we know that the 2 minutes are up? Okay. Oh, when the examiner speaks, 2 minutes na po. Okay, so kunwari, nagsasalita ka, you're delivering your answer, then you run out of things to say, and the examiner is just like this. Okay, or maybe, you know, they just do this to you, okay, which they're not supposed to do, but some of them do anyway. Ganun sila. Okay, or hindi lang sila kumikibo, then it means you still have time. So don't panic. Okay, some people think that if you have a long gap, hindi na pwede. Guys, pwede. The whole 2 minutes are yours. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you have to talk nonstop for 2 minutes. Hindi naman po. You can take a short break, 5 seconds, 10 seconds in between. That's okay as long as you show the examiner that you're thinking. So when do you know na 2 minutes na? When the examiner interrupts you. Okay? Pag nagsasalita ka pa and interrupt ka, that means 2 minutes na. How will they interrupt you? They will not say, okay, stop. No, they will not do that. They will interrupt you by asking a short closing question yung tawag nila doon. Okay? So that question will be related to the topic. All right? And then they will move on to the next one. Now, we have a question from Grizel here. So is it true that the IELTS exam randomly changes every quarter? Oh, let me give you some very good information about that. It changes every test. Hindi lang po every quarter. Are you talking about the speaking test or which part of the test po ba, Ma'am Grizel? Speaking? The speaking test. All right. So speaking test, they have a list of like 100, more or less 100 topics. Okay, and then they change what 10 or 20 of those every quarter. Okay? So actually, if you have a friend, so itong group ninyo, perfecto. Okay, if you have friends who've taken the test recently, okay, dapat alam niyo yung tinanong sa kanila because there's a chance, okay, that you will get the same questions. Okay, pero remember, no, yung topic nila, mga 100. Okay? So you have like a 1% chance of getting the same questions as your friends. Now, mas marami kayo, mas malaki yung chance tulad nitong sa IFNG. I hope you're sharing your questions. I hope past IFNG members are sharing questions with the group. Okay? Because yeah, some of you will get the same questions. Okay? Pero I hope you're not relying on those. May nakikita akong mga post na daw, may leakage daw. They know what will come out in the next test. Just give them $500. They will tell you exactly anong lalabas sa test. If you believe those kind of things, maybe you deserve it. Then don't believe those, all right? Kasi po magsasayang kayo ng pera and may mga kilala akong nagganyan. Okay? Tapos nung nawala yung pera nila, doon palang nagpatulong sa amin. Sabi ko, hindi naman kami yun. I will help you. Okay? So a question from Janica, sabi niya, what if di po umabot sa 2 minutes yung monologue sa part 2? So, well, mas maganda kung umabot siya sa 2 minutes. It's not that hard. Okay? Mas maganda kung aabot siya. Although, is it possible to get, ano bang target niyo? 7, di ba? Is it possible to get a band score 7 na hindi ka umabot ng 2 minutes? Oo naman. Okay? It is possible. Kasi, hindi lang naman yung quantity ng speech ninyo yung tinitingnan. They also, of course, more importantly, they look at the quality of your speech. However, if you're really a band 7, speaking for at least a minute and a half wouldn't be a problem for you. And most band 7s, I know, most of our students naman, after like 1 or 2 sessions, they already know how to reach the 2-minute mark because it's not that hard basta merong ang diskarte. Okay? From Oliver. Is it required to answer all the bullets? Hindi. It is not required. Okay? Ang pinaka-importante dyan, masagot nyo yung pang-apat na bullet. Okay, let me show you again. Okay? So, ganito kasi itsura ng mga ng mga part 2 questions, di ba? Now, is it a requirement to answer all of these bullet points? Not really. You can miss one or two of them and still get a good score, a perfect score, in fact. However, do you think you'll be able to reach 2 minutes kung may mamimiss kayo dyan? Parang mahirap, no? Okay. So your job will be easier if you don't miss anything. However, are you required to answer all of them? Not really. Okay, maybe the first one kasi yung una naman, it's always introducing your answer, who this person is. And then the last one, say why you consider this person to be intelligent. You always have to answer that. This is the main point of the question, your explanation. Pero itong mga nasa gitna, pwede niyong pagbalik-balik ta rin. You can forget one or two of them. In fact, you can even add your own, diba? Your own piece of information. Kunwari, they didn't ask for the age of the person. How old is this person? Hindi naman tinanong, di ba? Sakto alam mo yung birthday niya or alam mo kung ilang taon na siya. Can you add it to your answer? Of course, it's related to the question. It's part of your answer. If you know where this person lives, okay, lives here in the Philippines, lives abroad, lives in Nadine Samonte, lives in Siargao now, has been living there for the past year. Hindi naman tinanong, pwede niyo namang idagdag dyan. Walang problema. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. Now, balikan ko lang yung question kanina ni Ma'am si Grizel ba yun? Okay? Totoo daw ba na nagbabago yung does the Ielts exam randomly change every quarter? Sa speaking, yes, they change some of the topics, no, every 4 months, maybe 10 to 20 of them. Okay? And of course, even the listening and the reading and the writing test, nag-iba-iba po yan. In fact, if you take the computer-delivered test, alam ko more and more people are taking that. Okay? Even within the same room, iba-iba yung listening nyo, iba-iba din yung reading. So if there are 10 terminals there, yung setup ng British Council sa Taguig, parang 10 terminals sila. Okay, kahit na tingnan nyo yung katabi nyo, which you shouldn't do, but even if you take a look at the other person's computer, hindi rin kayo makakopya. Bakit? They're gonna be given different tests. That's the advantage of a computerized test. Unlike in a paper-based test, everything has to be the same for logistical purposes. Okay? May tanong pa ba kayo? Sige po. Just ask. Okay? So, that's part 2. Ano pa ba yung yung kailangan nyo malaman sa part 2? Oh yeah. So, how do you get a good score for part 2? Okay? So, dalawa pang parts yan, di ba? The 1-minute preparation time and the 2-minute speaking time. Okay? If you ask me, it all starts with the 1 minute. Bakit? I see a lot of candidates, hindi man sila gumagawa ng notes. Okay? A lot of first-timers, pagkatapos kukunin yung card nila, ay, sir, I'm sorry, sir. Can I see the question again? Sasabihin ko, no. Why do you think you were given 1 minute and a piece of paper to prepare? Di ba? Kung di ka gumawa ng notes, naku, that's a lapse on your part. Hindi yun problema ng examiner. Problema mo yun. Bakit? You didn't grab the opportunity. Ba't ka binigyan ng lapis? Right? So if you ask me, puro yan na yung sige, palitan natin. So, in my personal opinion, yung pong pagpapractice ng paggawa ng notes, importante yan, huwag niyong ignore. You should spend like maybe once or twice a week, mga kahit 15 minutes lang. Practice kayo, puro puro notes lang for 1 minute and then delivering your part 2 answer. Okay? Hindi naman po kailangan na yung buong speaking test yung pinapractice ninyo. Okay? So what you can do is, you think about it, you make an analysis, analyze yourself. Saan ba ako mahina? Mahina ba ako sa part 1? Wala namang mahina sa part 1. Mahina ba ako sa part 2 or sa part 3? Hindi ko ba problema ba ako dun sa 2 minutes? So you focus on that part. Parang sa writing lang. Okay? A lot of people think that to practice, they have to write the whole essay. No. Saan ka ba nahirapan? Nahirapan ka sa intro? Then you should have a few sessions a week where you only write introductions. Don't write the whole thing. Kung magaling-galing ka naman sa pagsulat ng body paragraphs, then maybe just focus on the intro because that's your weakness. Another question here. So you mean, sir, after they will give the cue card, I should return back to the examiner the cue card? Okay, if it's a face-to-face test, na hindi na ginagawa sa Philippines. No? In the Philippines, it's all what they call this video call speaking na. But in face-to-face situation, it's either they will print it, okay, on a hard piece of paper, usually an index card, or nakalagay sa clear book sa folder, papakita sa inyo. Okay? If the examiner doesn't take it from you, swerte nyo. But you know what? The protocol is they should take it. Kaya nga merong notes. So yung kaibigan ko, hindi kinuha yung papel. Yeah, that's actually against procedure. They should get the questions from you. Either nakalimutan ng examiner, o kaya malay natin, naawa sa inyo kasi mukhang babagsak kayo. So to give you a chance, hindi na lang kinuha kunwari yung nakalimutan kunwari kunin yung tanong. But the procedure is they should get it now. Sa video call speaking, usually di nila nagagawa yan. Bakit? Very, very strict. Kasi it's monitored na. Okay, so most of the time, wala na talaga, hindi nyo na maano yan, hindi nyo na makukuha. Yes, okay, sa Philippines, okay, lalo na sa British Council, di ko alam kung nag-update na yung IDP, pero British Council, it's all video call speaking. Okay? You still need to go to the testing center though. Bakit? Hindi naman siya online. Hindi siya online speaking, it's just video call speaking. So, they will have a setup there. 2 beses na akong computer-based. 2019 tsaka last year, 2021, kaya alam ko. So you go there, and then, isa-sanitize nila yung room. The only 2 people there will be you and your invigilator. And then you will have a very nice wireless headset. Very expensive. Balita ko, tig-50K yung mga headset nila. Like this. Okay? Very comfortable. Tapos parang katabi mo lang yung ang ganda ng quality, promise. Gusto ko bumili nun. Kung may pambili lang ako, bibili ako nun. Okay, yes. It's video call speaking. So, masanay na kayo. Our students are very lucky. Bakit? Pag nag-practice kami, halos na. Very similar na sa actual test nila kasi Zoom. And then I've taken it twice in recent years, so I know how to conduct it perfectly. Okay? So, keep those questions coming. So guys, kung di kayo nagpa-practice gumawa ng notes, baka yun naman yung kulang. Yung siguro meron mga maybe there are participants right now who've taken the test several times, kulang lang ng 0.5. Maybe it's because you haven't been practicing how to write notes properly and how to utilize those notes during the test. Okay? Oh, what do we write on the paper during the 1 minute? Is there any suggestion? Oh naman, walang problema. Ito. Yan. Ako nag-prepare ng presentation eh. Gusto ko nagre-request. Sige. So, ayan. I'm gonna share my whiteboard with you. Saan ba yung question natin kanina? So, balikan lang natin yung question. No. Talk about an intelligent person that you know. Please say who this person is, what this person does, how you knew about this person, why you consider this person to be intelligent. Okay. Dito ko na lang ilalagay sa tabi niya, no? I'm just gonna put them side by side here. Okay. Wow. There you go. That's better. Okay, so ito po yung topic natin. Talk about an intelligent person that you know. And I'm gonna make notes on the right side of my screen. Screen 1. Okay. Yan. Gawa tayo ng bagong document. Yan. Ito po. So, anong susulat sa papel? Madali lang. Ay, marami namang methods eh. You can use arrows. You can use like, I don't know, a table if you want. Ako, ang paborito kong ginagawa, nagdo-drawing lang ako ng table. Something like this. I don't like this. Okay, nagdo-drawing lang po ako ng table o kaya minsan kung sa papel yan, just draw a cross. Alright, so vertical line, horizontal line. Bakit paborito ko to? Kasi 4 yung questions eh. So I think this would be perfect. Okay? Ano ba yung unang tanong? Who this person is? Okay, share ko na lang yung yung sinagot ko nung huling test. Okay? So, sinagot ko si Albert Einstein. So, A lang. Okay? So, I hope when you make notes, you don't write the whole thing. Yeah, Albert Einstein. Bakit? Naku, 15 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds na yun. Depende sa writing speed mo. Hindi nyo kailangan magsulat. You don't need to write the complete sentences. Okay? Because this is not a writing test. And checking the notes is not part of your grade. Those notes will not be graded. What are they grading? Your speaking. So don't worry too much about the notes. Those things will not be checked. Okay, di don't put to check yan. So my advice, use shortcuts. Bakit? Alam niyo naman yung ibig sabihin. It's your answer. So you know what those shortcuts will mean. Instead of writing the whole thing, ina lang, Albert Einstein. Okay na yan. What this person does. Ano nga ba yung ano? Tignan ko yung vocab nyo. No? So, ano ba yung trabaho ni Einstein? What was he? What kind of scientist was he? Can you try to guess? Lagay nyo sa chat box. Tignan natin yung vocab nyo. Ang physicist, okay? Ganda, akala ko scientist yung susulat. Okay? Mas maganda yung physicist kaysa scientist. You get a better vocabulary scores if you're more specific. So physicist, what kind of physicist? He was a theoretical physicist. So mas mataas yung grade nun. Theoretical. Okay na ako dito. Fee. You don't need to write the whole thing. Alright? Okay, next. May tanong pala si Christine Nasino. Can I describe a person that the examiner does not know, like my aunt? Yeah, sure. Sabi naman niya, intelligent person. Didn't say a famous intelligent person. Of course, walang problema. Pwede niyong sabihin. However, I've also had a lot of candidates say my grandfather, my dad, my mother, my brother. Just make sure that you can really illustrate that they're intelligent. Okay? So tanong naman ni Rochelle Me, okay lang ba if I say that the person has a people's intelligence? You know what? I wouldn't be too fancy with my answers. All right? Ano ba yung traditional na Ano ba yung traditional na tawag dito na definition ng intelligence? Let's stick to that one. Okay? Some people kasi they say he's intelligent in making money. Okay? He's intelligent with people. Pero di ba may ibang tawag doon? Kung money yan, intelligence in making money, he has a business acumen. Kung naman he has intelligence with people's intelligence, di ba ang tawag dyan, interpersonal communication. O kaya, ang isa po nga pwedeng itawag dyan, charisma. So medyo hindi masyadong sakto yung definition ng intelligence. Ano ba yung traditional definition niya? So I guess somebody who's published papers maybe or has been recognized by reputable institutions to be really intelligent, like a reputable university. Okay? Sino ba yung mga intelligent? Siyempre yung mga mga cum laude, summa cum laude, mga scientists, mga professors, di ba? Yan. Okay, I'd be careful with saying people's intelligence. Kasi ang gusto nila matalino. Why would you try to give yourself a difficult time? Minsan kasi pinapahirapan natin sarili natin eh. Meron namang safe na sagot, yung pamahirap yung pinili. Okay? Tingnan, nag-graduate ba siya? Ano ba yung natapos niya? Kasi meron namang mga graduate, madali lang naman pala yung course nila. So, syempre matatapos nila. O kaya, nag-graduate siya pero yung school niya, alam niyo na yan, at one medyo hindi maganda yung reputation ng school, then I wouldn't give those kinds of answers. Traditional lang tayo. Tapos yung view mga na-awardan, nanalo ng competitions, mga ganyan. Okay? My struggle, sir, with that question, you know what, just mention an inventor. Okay? Somebody who's invented something important like the printing press, okay, like the telephone maybe. Ang daming intelligent person. You can say si Edison, di ba? Thomas Edison. You can say, sino ba yung yung CEO ng SpaceX? tsaka ng Tesla. Si Elon Musk, oh my God, Isaac Newton, yeah, one of the smartest. Okay, just using his imagination, na-discover niya yung rules ng universe. My God. So, ang daming pwedeng isagot. Eh, sir, kasi wala akong alam na ganyan. Baka ma-surprise ako. Guys, the answer to success is preparation. Kasi tingnan mo, ngayon na alam nyo na posibleng itanong pala sa inyo, yung talk about an intelligent person. Okay? Tapos hindi mo pinagandaan, tapos yan ang nakuha mo sa test. Then it's your fault. Right? Because you didn't do anything to guarantee your success eh. Okay? Yung pangayaw ko yung tinanong, guys, you know the law of attraction, right? The things that you think about, that's what you're gonna be given by the universe. Lagi mo inisip, sana wag itanong sa akin yung intelligent person. Sana wag itanong sa akin yung intelligent person. Yun yung itatanong kasi lagi mong iniisip. Ang problema, you didn't prepare for it, you're gonna fail. Oh man, medyo masakit. Alright? So, the key here is, sir, hindi ko kasi alam kung ba't siya intelligent. Now I'm teaching you. Okay? These are all possible answers. I mean, in your field na lang, in your field. Okay? Who's the smartest nurse in the universe? Siyempre yung nagpasimula ng modern field ng nursing. Sino kasi siya? Pangalan niya, Ibon. Si Florence Nightingale. Oh, why is she intelligent? Wow. She established the principles of sepsis during a war in a battlefield while being bombed and shot at. Okay, she developed the principles of modern nursing. Oh my God, that's one smart woman. Okay, by the way, may tip ako sa inyo. Okay, madalas puro lalaki yung mga sinasagot nyo. Okay, if my examiner were female, okay, and they ask me about an intelligent person or a person that I respect or look up to, I'd probably answer also a female. Hindi ko lang. Kahit mga babae, lalaki pa rin yung sinasagot nila. Okay? So guys, so balik tayo sa notes ko. Sorry po napapakwento ako. So Albert Einstein, theoretical physicist. I mean, manood lang, punta lang kayong YouTube, ang daming 5-minute videos tungkol kay Albert Einstein. You only need to speak for 2 minutes. Daming 5-minute videos. Okay? So, what this person does, he was a theoretical physicist. How you knew about this person? YouTube. Because my teacher told me that this is a possible question, so I studied him. I watched a few videos about him on YouTube. Oh, huwag niyo nga sulat yung YouTube, YT na lang. Okay? Why do you consider this person to be intelligent? Well, because he's recognized. Okay? Tapos, yung theory of relativity, invento niya. Okay, tapos mataas yung IQ niya. Sabi ko, high Q, dahil kapampangan ako. Okay. At marami pang iba. Oh, and he's intelligent. Why? Because okay, he arrived at his theories using thought experiments now. Okay, wala man siyang experimental setup. Using only his brain, he was able, okay, to discover the secrets of the universe. Okay? So ayan, this is the basis. Now, ito sekreto, di ba? Okay. Sana, hopefully you can write your notes, okay, in less than 1 minute, so that you have a few more seconds to think of maybe 2 or 3 extra pieces of information to include. Remember the 5 WH? What, where, when, why, who, and how. Okay? How? O kaya when? When? When was this person born? Kung alam niyo, you can include it. Sir, di ko kasi alam yan. Alam niyo ba sa Ielts, even if you don't know something, you can still include it in your answer. You can say, well, I'm gonna talk about Albert Einstein. I think he's dead. Okay, because he was born a long time ago. I'm sorry, I haven't memorized his birthday, but he worked for the United States during World War II. So that was like 60, 70 years ago. Okay, kahit hindi kayo sure sa Ielts kasi, it's not an intelligence test. It's not like your university exam where you need to know the exact dates and the exact names. It's just a communication test. So if you don't know something, saying that you don't know it and then explaining, okay, it's actually gradable. Okay, if you tell the examiner this, so sinabi mo sa examiner, oh, you know what, that's a really difficult question for me because I studied management and this is a science question. So we didn't really focus on these topics when I was in university, and they're not my cup of tea. I'm not really interested in these topics. I couldn't give you a good answer. Uy, wala kang alam niyan, hindi mo alam sagutin yung test. But you were able to say it like that. You can still probably get what? Even a 9. Okay, if you do it properly, makaka-9 ka pa rin. Bakit? Saying that you don't know in perfect English. Okay, explaining why you don't know in perfect English will still get you a 9. So a lot of you are worried na, ako, wala akong alam tungkol dyan. Guys, the examiners actually ask you on purpose towards the end of the test, sa bandang dulo, they will try to ask you very complicated questions that are probably not interesting to you, just to see how you'll be able to answer those. Of course, it's better if you have knowledge about these things. But if you don't, explaining that you don't know and then saying that you don't know and then explaining it will still get you a good score. Wag lang kayong magpapatalo sa kaba ninyo. So going back to the notes, how do you use your 1 minute effectively? Use the cross method or some other method because there are 4 questions. And then you write your notes very quickly, shortcut lang, but still understandable. If you cannot think of an answer for the moment, some people prefer to write the question. Sasabihin nila, imbis na, how you knew this about this person? How do I know him? Okay. Kung gusto niyo isulat yun, pwede rin siya. All right? And then if you have a few seconds remaining, try to add, a few pieces of information. Okay? So yun po. And then during the 2 minutes, advice dun sa 2 minutes na, okay? Huwag kayong magre-recite. It's not a graded recitation. Instead, you treat the examiner as a fellow human being and then tell them the story. Okay? Tell them the story. Huwag kayo mag-recite na parang okay, don't make it sound like you're reading in church first reading, a reading from the book of Genesis. Huwag ganun, kausapin niyo po yung examiner. Try to connect with them. Okay? If you're talking about things that you like, you know what? You should use your face. A lot of people hindi nila nagagamit yung opportunity na to eh. Do you know that you can get a good score, a better score in speaking if you only use this? Use your face. You're talking about something that you like. Oh man, smile or make those happy eyes. Di ba? Sa mata daw nakikita yung ngiti. Because that will show in your voice. When you're talking about something that you don't like, not really interested in that. Oh, lukutin niyo yung mukha ninyo. Okay? Show it in your voice that you don't like it because those things will actually help you get a better score. Minsan, masyado tayong robotic. In fact, let me share with you. My first exam, I didn't get a band score 9. Okay? O, baka kala nyo na na unang test pa lang, perfecto na. Hindi po. I'm just like you. Okay? Started what with I wasn't satisfied with myself when I started. So first test po was in 2006. I got 7.5, which maybe for you, ay sir, okay na yun. Oo, sa inyo, but I teach eh. Okay? For a teacher, that's not a good score. Okay? So, now, thinking back to it, bakit ako naka 7.5? Kasi po ganito. Ganito akong, I went to the test, I was wearing a necktie and long sleeves, and ganito akong umupo. What's your name? DJ De Jesus, ma'am. Right. So what do you do? Ma'am, I do. So my body language was like that. I was very stiff. Okay. Kinakabahan ako. Ayan. She gave me 7.5. And then alam nyo, nung naka-9 ako, ano nang itsura ko? I was wearing a shirt. Basically, ito yung paborito kong sinusuot eh. Mga t-shirt namin. So I was just wearing something similar to this. Tapos, ganito ako na po. And I was doing this a lot. Okay? Sabi niya, okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of working in a foreign country? Oh, there's a lot. Okay. On one hand, we have the good things. The first one, the second one, the third one. On the other hand, of course, you get homesick. You need to get used to the new weather. You need to get used to the food. Those kinds of things. Okay? Mas relax, di ba? Tapos, I didn't treat my examiner as somebody who's way above me. Okay? Siguro the age helped kasi I just turned 40. Okay? So last year, nag-test ako. Ilan ako? I was 39 years old. Okay, kaedad ko lang yung examiner. So maybe, that was part of it. So for the young guys here, I see your pictures. Mukhang ang babata ninyo lahat dito sa dito sa mga picture niyo. I think most of you 20 siguro, no? Okay? Huwag kayong magpapa-intimidate sa age. Okay? Kasi, ayan, naku, Grisel, advantage yan. Advantage yung edad mo. Bakit? Dapat yung tingin mo lang sa examiner. Parang nagchichikahan lang kayo. Okay? In English, yun nga lang. Of course. Okay? So, yeah, I was relaxed. I was moving a lot. I didn't take it too seriously. Okay? And in fact, last year, okay, sorry, the two times that I got my perfect Ielts score sa speaking po, you know what I did? I tried to make my examiner laugh. Okay? A lot of people take the test too seriously. Pero alam nyo ba, if you're able to say something funny in English at kadugtong siya ng topic, that's an indication of how smart you are and how you will be able to use the language when you go abroad. And that will lead to a better score. All right? In fact, noong 2019, how did I make my examiner laugh? I said something about she asked me about plagiarism. That was the topic. So obviously, medyo pinapahirapan na ako. Guys, it's always a good sign when the examiner tries to give you difficult questions. Why? Because you will get a higher score. Please don't take it personally if you're getting difficult questions. Please don't get depressed if you're getting difficult questions because it means they have a high assessment of you. Ang trabaho ng examiner is to give you the highest score possible, not the lowest score, the highest score possible. They'll only be able to do that if they test where your limits are. Kaya, pag yung test ninyo patapos na, ang dadali ng tanong, kabahan na kayo. Bakit? It only means two things. Either ang galing-galing yung sumagot, you're really smart, or the examiner is not impressed with you and they don't think you can handle higher level conversations, so they're lowering the level. Okay, now, if they're giving you a hard time, oh, that's good. Bakit? They're trying to pull up your score. Hindi ka makakuha ng mataas na score kung madadali yung tanong. Titignan nila yung limits ninyo. Okay? So, wag niyo pong pe-personalin. In fact, if they start arguing with you, if they say, oh, no, I disagree with that. No, I don't believe that. Or I don't think so because for me, it's like this. What do you think? Lagi siyang may ganun eh. Lagi nilang ibabalik sa inyo yung tanong. Okay? If they're doing that, it's not personal and don't change your answer. Why? If you change your answer, they will also change their answer. They're just trying to explore opposite sides of the argument. Okay? Huwag niyong papalitan. Bakit? Lilipat lang si examiner because they want to see how you will be able to defend and to explain your position. All right? By the way, may technique ako doon. Okay? Alam niyo maganda pang simula sa ganun na, oh no, I don't agree with you. I think it's like this. Ang sagot niyo sa examiner ganito. Oh, you know what? I see your point. But for me, or you have a point there, but the way I see it. Okay? Or, oh yeah, in some ways that's true. But for me, it's like this. Ang gawin niyo, mag-agree muna kayo sa kanila. Okay? To show that you're not a close-minded person. Okay? That you're, smarter than that. And then, explain nyo lang yung position nyo. Huwag kayo makikipag-away. I have a friend. He's an Australian citizen now. Okay? He first take niya ng IELTS. Okay? Nag-usap lang kami over the phone because he was my friend from university. Okay, di ko siya siningil. Tapos 30 minutes lang, tinuruan ko siya about the IELTS. The next day, test na niya. 7 in listening. 9 in listening, 9 in reading, 9 in writing. That's amazing, okay? Ang speaking niya, 7.5. Sabi, kuya, ano nangyari? Nakipag-away ako sa examiner. Sabi ko, ba't mo na mainitin kasi ulo na, ba't mo ka nasunod? Ano lang yun? Okay, that's part of the test. Di mo naman sinabi sa akin. Sabi ko, how will I teach everything in 30 minutes? Sabi ko sa'yo, visit me in Pampanga so I can, spend a day with you. Kaso, tinamad. Okay, so sabi ko, Ganun ba? Sabi niya, siyempre, if you're emotional, edi mabubulol-bulol ka, you won't be able to pronounce properly or think of good answers. Diba? So, guys please lang dapat all nine si kuya eh. Huwag niyo yung examiner. It's nothing personal. It's just part of the test. Okay? Malinaw naman. O, sige. So, what I want to teach you today, I'm sure you're watching a lot of the other teachers teaching you about the technical stuff, no? Pronunciation is 25%, grammar is 25%. Yung grading criteria, I also covered that in my last lecture, I think, by the way. Okay? So I want to teach you the things that, that newer teachers will not be able to teach you. Kasi iba yung nagturo na ng 17 years kaysa sa 2 or 3 years pa lang nagtuturo. Okay? So I'm trying to share with you the things that I think helped me get a higher score, higher than my initial 7.5. Okay? Now, I prepared a set of questions for you. Yung mga nasa Facebook, baka gusto niyo lumipat sa Zoom, you might want to transfer so you can show me your answers. So I prepared this document. Here we go. Because instead of talking about theoretical stuff, I'd like to give you, some gifts today. I'd like to give you things that you can use in your test. Kasi po, umuulit lang yung mga questions. So I prepared this set of questions. Actually, one of my students reported this to me. Okay, she took her test like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Ito po yung lumabas sa exam niya. So yes, there's a chance that you will get this. And in fact, luma na ng mga questions. I've been seeing these questions for the past 10 years. Like every month, merong natatanong ng topic na to. So it's possible maybe 10 to 15 10% of you. Yeah, probably 10 to 15% of you right now will be getting these questions. Not the whole thing. Maybe some of you will get the part 1 question, some of you will get the part 2, some of you, will get the whole thing. So, iba-iba po. Pero definitely, there's a good chance. Okay? So, prepare nyo na po. You can type your answers in the chat box and then send them to me. Pwede you can send them as a private message para hindi kayo maya. So I will not mention any names and I will not check everything. By the way, I'm gonna check only like the first 3 or 4 who submit their answers, all right? Because sorry, I only have a short time with you. Time check, 9:54. So I have an hour to go. Sakto. So these are part 1 questions. Do you want me to still answer these? Kasi I think most of you can do well with these eh. Sagutan pa ba natin to or skip na tayo? Tell me in the chat box. Mm-hmm. Let's see the feedback. Let's answer it. Okay. Here's the thing with part 1, no? Anong hinahanap nila? Okay? You don't need very long answers in part 1. Ang hinahanap nila, speed. Okay? Please don't take too long to answer. Maybe within like 2, 3, 4 seconds. If it takes you more than 5 seconds, then it will already create a negative impression. Okay? So sa part 1, hindi kailangan malalim. Also, ayan, huwag masyadong trying hard because the speaking test is not a formal interview. It's not an embassy interview. It's not a job interview. Okay? It's conversational English. Kasi minsan, sumusobra tayo sa word choice. Some people are too OC about it. So, sa part 1 po, you only need to say 2 to 3 sentences. That's it. Okay? You don't need 4 long sentences. You don't need an encyclopedia or a Wikipedia entry. Ang kailangan nyo lang po, 2 to 3 sentences. Say them right away and say them with confidence. Okay? So, who's your favorite movie star? I won't ask for your answers yet. Okay, ako muna. So, let me try first. So, this is how, I'm gonna try to answer them the way that I would in the test, no? Okay, kasi ganun ako na so might as well do my best for you. So, who's your favorite star? Sasabihin ko, oh, okay, oh man. Seryoso oh man, that's a hard That's a hard question. Okay, there's a lot. Oh man, that's a hard question. Okay, there's a lot of them. Okay, but if I had to pick one, okay, if I had to pick one, it would be what? Ano talaga ako? Let's say I'd seen guys. By the way, your answers don't need to be 100% true. Okay, you just need to deliver them using good English. Of course, I'm not tinawin ko lang no. I'm not telling you to lie. Kasi some people have accused me of that na magsinungaling sa test. Guys, no, ang hirap kayang nagsisinungaling ka ba nag-English ang hirap. Wag na. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, if it's just the little details, don't sweat it. If it's a date, sabihin mo na, I don't know the exact date. Or make it up, somewhere between 2017, 2018. Kaya naman ganun eh. Okay, so, oh man, that's a hard question. There's a lot of them, but if I had to pick one, it would be Antonio Banderas. Okay, I liked him. Okay, and Desperado, oh my God, ang tagal na po ng pelikulang yan, 90s pa yan. And Desperado, and uh, and his voice as the cat, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan ng pusa in the Shrek movie, was very funny. Oh yeah, malalim ba yung sagot? Is it considered like a deep answer? Hindi naman, di ba? Gusto ko siya. Bakit? Kasi magustuhan ko yung movie niya, Desperado. Tapos ang ganda ng boses niya dun sa Shrek. Oh, natawa ako. Because this is just part one. You don't need to be overly, serious about this. Oh, kita nyo na. Mas alam nyo pa sa akin yung sagot. Somebody said the right name. Puss in Boots. All right? Will I get a low score because I didn't know the name of the cat? Okay, because what they're looking at is your overall language ability. Not, I told you, it's not a factual test. It's a test of language. Okay? So ito po, ito yung sagot ko. Okay? Kahit sabihin nyo na ito yung paborito ko kasi crush ko siya. He looks good, good looking. Yeah, no problem. It's just part one. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Oh. I'm gonna show you two samples. You tell me which one will get a higher score. Okay. Can you please tell me who's your favorite movie star? British. Who's your favorite movie star? Oh, ganun sila. Sasabihin ko, sir, yes, there's a lot of them, but if I had to pick one, it's Antonio Banderas. I like him in Desperado, and I like his voice in Shrek. He's a very talented actor. Okay, pwede na. Pero you know what? Mas maganda kung ganito yung pagsagot niyo. Okay, so can you please tell me who's your favorite movie star? Sabi ko, oh man, that's a hard question. There's a lot of them, but if I had to pick one, it would be Antonio Banderas. I liked him in Desperado. Was very handsome there. And his voice as the cat in the Shrek movie was really funny. Sabi ko sa inyo gamitin niyo yung mukha niyo. Use your face. Okay, not just your voice when you're answering. It will help you out. And that's how you talk anyway. That's how you speak anyway in your own language, right? On an everyday basis. Dadalhin niyo lang sa English. You're not reading the Bible in a church. You're not doing a thesis defense, all right? It's just a speaking test. So don't be too hard on yourself, guys, right? Next, have you ever met a celebrity or a superstar in real life? How would I personalize this for you? Siyempre, kayo lang makakasagot niyan because it's you. Okay? Ako, anong sasagot ko? Let me try. Oh, yeah, yes, I have. Kaya wag lang yes. No? Modify nyo naman. Oh, yes, I have. Wag naman puro yes lang. Kaya no. Ibahin nyo naman. Oh, yes, I have. Oh, yes, I have. Okay. Most of most of them I met attending while attending university. Okay. I met Ding Dong. Not Avanzado, all right? Ding Dong Dantes. And Antoinette Tos. Naku, ang hirap ng spelling. And Antoinette Tos, okay? Buti na lang, hindi to writing test. I met Ding Tong Dantes and Antoinette Tos in my history class in Ateneo. Okay? I also saw Vince Season. Okay? When he played with the Blue Eagles for a charity event. Ayan. I'm pretty sure you've been to a mall show, maybe you've been to an autograph signing. So yan ako, binabase ko lang sa I'm just basing it from my personal experience. Okay? Paano kung hindi ka masyadong lumalabas? Sabi mo, unfortunately, no. Ibis na no lang. I don't actively try to meet actors. Okay? To meet actors or singers. Okay? Although I'll be excited to see one. Ayan, in fact, pwedeng ganito lang. Okay, kasi hindi naman nga ito part. This is just a warm-up yung part 1. 2 to 3 sentences would be okay. Ngayon, kung naiklian kayo dito, one more sentence. Okay, although I'll be excited to see one. I'm an extrovert. Okay, so I don't like being in a crowd or meeting or meeting with people. Ayan, pwede na po. Okay? So, human answers. Yung answer ng tao, yung hindi yung sagot ng robot. Okay? So now I'm gonna give you the chance. I'm gonna check the first 3. Sige. So, do you want to become a superstar? So just type your answer. Don't make it too long. 2 sentences is enough. Send it to me as a direct message here. Okay? In the Zoom chat. And I will not reveal your names. Don't worry about that. Sige po. I'll give you a few minutes. Prepare ko lang itong mga to. Do you want to become a superstar? Be honest. Gusto nyo. So guys, yung mga magsasubmit ng sagot nila, I'm gonna give you grammar feedback and vocabulary feedback. Mm-hmm. Okay. Vani, you can send it as a private message to me if you don't want everyone to see your answer. Yung iba kasi sa experience ko sa ibang students, mahihain. Okay? Pero sige, since na-send mo siya to you were able to send it to everyone. Para lang walang names, para hindi rin ako na yung magbigay ng feedback. Kasi pag public, syempre ayaw natin na may mga Pilipino, feeling lang napapaya sila eh. Although ako, feeling ko hindi naman. So, okay, let me check this first one from one of your classmates. Ito po yung sagot niya. Sabi niya, ito never mind the wrong spellings, ganyan. Hindi naman po writing test to. This is just a speaking test. Okay, so, well, not really, because, tingnan niyo to, because, sa writing, in writing, you shouldn't use this. This will lower your vocab score because it's informal. But you know what? This is actually quite good in speaking. Different rules for writing and speaking. Okay? Writing is formal, speaking, conversational lang po. So, well, not really, because I don't want the spotlight or the crowd's attention. Attention lang. Okay? I'm a shy type individual. I'm a shy type of ganda lang. Yung shy type kasi that's more of a Philippine Philippine usage eh. Parang Pinoy yung gumagamit niyan eh. Tanggalin natin. I'm a shy individual. Yan, mas okay yun. Sometimes longer is not better. Sometimes shorter is better. Filipinos tend to use their own vocab eh. Let's not use Philippine English, all right? Let's use mahirap din British. American na lang, that's what we're used to. Okay? And of course, check natin yung kay Vanny kasi nauna siya. Vanny, okay, I'm gonna give you the feedback right now. Maikli yung sagot mo. Okay? So if you want, you can send me along. Maybe one more sentence. Okay? Next. Ayaw nyo ba talaga? Ang mga Filipino na baka ano. Sige. No, definitely not. Tanggalin na natin itong no. Mas maganda yung definitely not. Definitely not. I never dreamt of becoming famous because I don't want to expose my life to the public. Okay, that's a good answer. I'm gonna make it better for you. All right. Oh yeah. Luis is asking, can we answer in spoken English? Oh sige, pwede. You know, I tried to do this the last time in one IFND session. Nobody wanted to, kaya hindi ko na inulit. Pero if you want, mas maganda, Luis, walang problema. I appreciate it. Mas gusto ko may kausap. Sige, just tell me no kung gusto mo. Sige. So, definitely not. I never dreamt of becoming famous. Now, kung gusto niyo pang tumaas yung score nito, okay, dagdagan natin ng konting vocab. Okay? Sabihin nyo ganito, I can't deal with bashers and trolls. I higher level vocab. Very specific. Bashers, trolls. Mas maganda na yung score ngayon. Let's have another one. This one's a long answer. Okay, so gusto kong check to. Let's check this one. Again, no names. Do you want to become a superstar? Yes. When I was little. Lagyan natin ng but. Yes. Okay, but only when I was little. I always wanted to be on I wanted to be on spotlight and showcase my talent. Okay. With the crowd, tanggalin na natin yung with the crowd. My talent, but as I grew older, I did realize, okay? I did realize, not realize, bakit? The past tense dun sa did. Okay, naka-past tense na siya, so you don't need to use the past tense form for realize that I'm not a crowd person. Okay, crowd person. You cannot say this in writing, all right? Medyo informal. Speaking, okay lang, crowd person. Okay, but I enjoy being with my closest friends. Di pwedeng closest friends lang. While singing and even dancing. Pwede. All right. Let me show you my answer. Sasabihin ko, of course I do. Okay. But not as a, what? Not as a singer or an actor, but as a professional in my field. Okay, I want to be to be a superstar educator. Pwede naman po. You can excel in your field, right? Bakit? Artista lang ba yung famous? I mean, we have famous politicians, right? Actually, they're even more famous nowadays. We have famous doctors. Okay? You have famous architects. You have famous engineers, lalo na because of YouTube. I mean, so many personalities now. Okay? You have famous influencers. So, and you can be a superstar doctor. You can be a superstar nurse. Let's move on. So I can only check, okay, 3, Don't have to, baka hindi po natin matapos eh. I want to finish this whole test. Next. Take a look at questions 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Ang ganda rin nitong ibang sagot. O sige. One more na lang po. Naganda na ako dito sa sagot nitong isa. Yan, tingnan natin. Sabi niya, yes, why not? Okay, then put out. Guys, pag nagtanong kayo, make it sound like it's a question, right? Yes, why not? Yung tono, yes, why not? Actually, I want to use this famous, this being famous. Tanggalin natin yung being famous, gawin natin, want to use, okay, fame. Okay, I want to use fame to become a good advocate. I know what you mean. Okay. advocate, like a good influencer, like a good influence, okay, on the youth, nowadays. Yan, pwede. But gusto ko to kasi good words eh. Advocate, good influence on the youth. Medyo may sablay sa delivery. Okay, pero again, I'm not looking for perfect. Anyway, band 7 lang kailangan nyo. Okay, we're just looking at, good foundations. Now, take a look at questions 4, 5, and 6. Anong difference niya? Yung 4, dalawa yung question. What are the advantages and disadvantages of being famous? Number 5, advantages only. Number 6, disadvantages only. Now, 5 and 6, these are questions that they will ask you in part 1. Kasi mga part 1 questions, easy lang eh. This one, what are the advantages and disadvantages of being famous? This is more of a part 3 question, mas komplikado. Okay? So ulitin ko lang yung 5 and 6 pang part 1 ng speaking, yung question 4, it's more of a part 3 question. How do you answer this? Okay? If they ask you number 5, that's it. Advantages lang. Please do not talk about the disadvantages if they're not asking you. Stick to the topic. A lot of people are able to give long answers, but they go off topic. Is that good? No. Because fluency is graded. Fluency, yung marami kang nasasabi, na tuloy-tuloy kang magsalita. But they also grade coherence, yung may sense yung sinasabi mo. You're able to say a lot, but it's off topic, then you get a band 5 or lower. Okay? Make sure that you understand the question and then you're giving them exactly what they want. In fact, if you don't understand the question, please, huwag kayong sasagot. No? If you don't really understand what they mean, please ask the examiner. Pwede naman magtanong eh. Who told you na bawal? Diba? I mean, even in real life, if you don't understand what the other person said, magtatanong ka, especially for you nurses in the hospital, bakit? Pag di nyo naintindihan yung instructions ng doktor, you might kill someone or kundi man mamatay. They might be forever disabled because of a small mistake. Okay, please ask. Remember, you can still show your English. You can still show off your English even if you're asking. Okay, sabihin mo sa examiner, okay, I don't know what you mean by that. Can you paraphrase the question? Pwede. If you don't understand the whole question, you can ask them to paraphrase. And please don't say, "Ay, sir, I'm sorry, sir. I don't understand. Sir, can you please paraphrase, sir?" But guilty kayo. Don't be ashamed to ask. Karapatan yung magsalita. And anyway, who's the customer? You're the customer, right? You're paying them. You're paying them approximately $10 to spend those 15 minutes with you. Oh, tama, mga 500 pesos. Yan. Okay? You're actually paying them to spend 11 to 14 minutes with you. So, ba't kayo mahiya? Okay? So, magtanong kayo ng maayos. Oh, for example, if they use a word that you don't know, you get the question, but you don't know that specific word. You can ask them the meaning of the word. Okay. Do you think that graffiti can be considered as art? Tinanong to sa student ko, do you think that graffiti can be considered as art? Eh, hindi mo alam yung graffiti. Dude, you ask. Okay, sabihin mo, I get the meaning of the question, but I'm not familiar with the word graffiti. What does that mean? Ganun lang. At you deliver it with a straight face. Huwag kayong mahiya. Minsan, problema ng mga Pinoy, mahihayin tayo masyado. Wag. Ay mahihayin. Karapatan nyo yan. Okay? So, kung naman mahina yung boses niya, sabihin niyo lang, I'm sorry, your voice was too low. Can you say that again? Okay. So yun po. When you request them, just be specific with your request. Wag yung, pardon, yung gano'n. Oh, repeat please. Wag naman ganun lang. That's too simple. It's a speaking test. In fact, you should be practicing these statements that I'm saying. Are you taking down notes? Anyway, this is recorded, so maybe you can watch the video and then write down those sentences so that you can use them. All right? So, sagutin nyo lang yung tinatanong. Yung question number 4, what are the advantages and disadvantages of being famous? You have to keep in mind that you have to answer both, because I've had a lot of students who were only able to answer one part, maybe because of the pressure or maybe because they really forgot. but you have to answer exactly what they want. Let's practice on questions 5 and 6. No, 5 muna. What are the advantages of being famous? Before you write your answer, okay, one of the important things you need to do in the IELTS test is to paraphrase. Don't use the words, okay, that the examiner used. So anong kailangan yung paraphrase dito? I would paraphrase advantages and I would paraphrase famous. Please, you don't even need to mention famous in your answer. No need to mention advantages in your answer. Okay? You want proof? Sige. I'll show you proof. Hindi ko na sana di-discuss it. Here's the official grading. Here's the official grading system of the IELTS. Okay? This is downloadable. You can go to ielts.org o kaya sulat nyo, IELTS speaking descriptors. You can download this. Okay? Sinabi ko sa inyo, you have to paraphrase. Where's my proof? O, laging ganyan ha. Huwag magpapadala sa fake news. Pag may sinabi, saan yung proof mo? Okay, look at this. This is lexical resource. Let's zoom in. Tingnan natin. Yung zoom button ko. Yan. It says here, saan ba yung band 7 natin? Band 7. Uses paraphrase effectively. Band 8. Uses paraphrase effectively. Band 6. Generally paraphrases successfully. Band 5. Attempts to use paraphrase but will make success. Band 4. Rarely attempts paraphrase. I hope you saw that. Okay? Kahit pala gaano kaganda yung accent mo, ka-perfect yung grammar mo, if you keep on using the words of the examiner, then they can only give you a band 4. Because the examiners don't grade you, they just match. Okay, they just match your performance to these descriptors. In fact, the examiner will have a copy of this on his or her table while speaking with you. Lalo na kung bago sila. Alam na alam mo yung bagong examiner eh. Lagi tumitingin dyan. Okay? So, if you try to paraphrase pero sumasablay ka, that's still a band 5. The IELTS will reward you for trying because trying is better than doing nothing. All right? So, imbis na advantages, anong pwede nyo ipalit? Okay? What are the advantages? What are the benefits? What are the pros? Okay? What are the positives? Parang seryoso ng positives, no? Ako, benefit lang ako. Okay? Now, if you want to be more conversational sounding, imbis na ganyan, you can say, well, the good thing or the nice thing about being famous, okay? You can even say, oh, what I like about it, I like is, at marami pang iba. Instead of being famous, you can say, well known. Okay? The nice thing about being well known is, or the main benefit of being popular, okay? The biggest pro about being a celebrity, pwede naman being a celebrity. Okay? About being a celebrity. You can even use the word a public figure. A public figure. Ayan, ang dami po. Pwede niyong i-paraphrase yan. So, I'm gonna give you a few minutes yung mga gustong sumagot. Okay? Ayan. Tinype ko po yung yung mga paraphrase dito. Sige po. Just send me your answer through the chat box. Oh, may nag-suggest dito, the ups. Okay? The ups and downs. Pwede. Why not? Okay? Walang problema, guys. If you have to leave because of work, no problem. Thank you for attending. Libre lang naman to. No problem. Okay? So, meron ng isa. Oh, love your answer. Okay. Ganda tong unang sagot. If you want me to check, just send me your model answer. If you want to speak on mic, just tell me. Guys, yung tanong natin, kasi ang tanong po natin yung munang advantages. So yung pitfalls, that's a disadvantage. So we're gonna discuss that later. So just show me your answer for the first question muna. Okay. That's a good one, though. Prepare ko na the pitfalls. So we're only answering question number 5. Number 5 lang po. Okay, so I have a few answers. Let me check. Here's the first one. Sabi niya, well, I believe there are a lot of benefits to being well-known. To, not off, to being well-known. For example, they get special treatment whenever, dapat wherever though, wherever they go. Okay, and their fame brings them a lot of fortune. Pwede na, because this is just a part 1 question. Now, if they ask you this in part 3, I would suggest something longer. Pero part 1, okay na to. Okay, let's have another one. Okay, go ahead, Luis. You can turn on your mic.
Oh, thanks. Please don't judge me. I just really wanted to try. So I'll answer
No
on
problem.
number 4.
I appreciate
All
that.
right. All right. I reckon that in every situation, there will always be a positive note and a drawback. And I think being a celebrity or someone in the spotlight is not an exemption to it. So one of the advantages I think would be you would be a person who has great influence towards the public. If you use it on a positive note, you will be able to amplify certain voices that can definitely help the society. On the other hand, one of the disadvantages would be you will not have a certain level of privacy in your life. Like you are no longer considered to be an ordinary person. So if you will
Mhm.
go to a certain mall or certain public places,
At,
the
at
paparazzi will
this
always
point,
be around.
at this point, the examiner will interrupt you. Why? They will not allow you to give
Too
an
long.
answer that long. Oh, that's too long. Why? But you know what? That's okay.
Okay.
Guys, it's not a bad thing being interrupted by the examiner because it means they're already satisfied with your answer. They already know where it goes. Remember, the examiners are under time pressure. Actually, kayo nga, hindi kayo under time pressure masyado. You're only under time pressure during the 2 minutes. But the examiners are always under time pressure. They cannot exceed 14 minutes. They're gonna get in trouble. Okay. Remember, examiners are contractual, 2-year contract. And then they have to requalify. All right. So, hindi na kayo papatapusin. That's a good answer though. All right. So I just suggest maybe you can make it a little bit more conversational. That would be good on, on a writing test. Okay, mas conversational pa. You're using words that you don't need. Sabi mo, and being famous is no exception to it. You actually don't need to say exception to it. Being famous is no exception. Okay? Pwede mo sabihin ganito. Well, just like anything else, there are two sides to a coin. There are negatives, positives. Being famous is no exception. On one hand, you have money, you have fame. On the other hand, oh man, you don't have any privacy. People always want to take selfies with you. Nakikita mo mas conversational siya. Kasi this is one difference that they don't cover in some review centers. Pareho lang yung English na ginagamit nila sa speaking tsaka sa writing. Whereas in fact, they're not the same. Writing is formal. Speaking is more conversational. Okay? Pero that would still get a very nice score. I'm talking at a 9 level na kasi kaya ganun yung feedback ko. Just watch out. You have a certain grammar error that's very common among Filipinos, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese. Lagi ko narinig to. Probably most of you in this room ginagawa niyo to. Okay? Sabi niyo, one of the advantage tsaka one of the disadvantage. That's grammatically wrong. It should be one of the advantages, may S, one of the disadvantages, isa sa mga. Ganun siya sa translation, isa sa mga. Isa sa marami. Isa sa mga anak ni Pedro ay si Juan. One of the one of the children of Pedro. Ginagamit kasing one of the when you're talking about something that belongs to a group. Luzon is one of the islands in the Philippines. Okay? So if you use one of my, one of our, one of their, one of his, one of her, one of her books was turned into a movie. J.K. Rowling, one of her books was turned into a movie. Okay? Then, kailangan plural yung kasunod. Common ano to, common mistake. Even, sino ba yung napansin kong nagagawin? Even Celine Dion, I watch her during a concert. Not live sa YouTube lang po, not that rich yet. Okay, I watch her on YouTube. She made the same mistake like 3 times. 3 times. Okay, within that 5-minute video. So hindi lang kayo actually nakakalito kasi one. Okay, so tanda nilang one of the, one of my, one of our, one of the benefits, one of the negatives, one of the drawbacks, one of the pitfalls. Ngayon, kung isa lang naman yung sinasabi nyo, edi wag nyo nang sabihing one of the. Okay? Kunwari, isa lang yung positive. Well, the benefit of being famous is the money. Oh. Kasi if you say one of the, mag-expect yung examiner ng the second, the third. All right? So let's continue. Another answer for number 5. Nasaan yung nakita ko dito? Ito. This is a nice one. So ang sabi niya, the positive things that a public figure can have are, then pause a little bit pagkasabi mo ng are, para alam ng examiner na maglilistahan ka. Guys, pauses are important. Some people think hindi ka dapat mag-pause sa speaking test. You should. These pauses will show the examiner if you're low level or high level. Because low level speakers, they pause in the wrong place. Okay? So kunwari, don't pause in the middle of a name. Don't pause in the middle of a compound word. Okay? So magpo-pause ka saan kung kailan may mga punctuation marks. So the positive things that a public figure can have are power, fame, VIP treatment, and huwag na natin gawing gawin natin, and of course, lagyan natin ng of course para may may human touch siya. Para tunog speaking. And of course, money. And then you smile while you're saying this. Okay? Next, how about the disadvantages of being famous? Tingnan natin. Oh, okay. Guys, ingat sa vocabulary. Sometimes you're doing it, no, you're using very formal words which you don't need. Okay, here. Negative outlook of being celebrity. Okay, tulad nito, negative outlook. I wouldn't use this for the speaking test. Okay, it's too much. Kasi, isipin nyo lang, do native speakers say it this way? You should watch more, more TED Talks probably. Right? Para makita nyo yung natural na nila. Natural na paggamit ng lingwa. Guys, there are a lot of documentaries on Netflix. Type nyo lang, my favorite series, Explained. Go to Netflix, you type Explained. Just watch those. Okay? Good English. So anyway, the negative outlook of being celebrity is a public-owned property. Privacy is compromised, and security and safety are being highly needed. Let me edit this. I would say it like this. Okay. As a bingo, there are some negative things. Okay? Of being a celebrity is public. Yung kasing sentence, hindi siya grammatical. There are some negative things, okay, about being a celebrity. For one, gamitin niyo man. For one. Secondly, in addition, moreover, furthermore, negative things about being a celebrity. For one, okay, you are considered public property. Tapos follow up, kulang yan. So there's no privacy. Hindi naman kailangan sabihin privacy. Napaka-British, hindi na natural yun. Privacy is okay. Both are acceptable. You're considered public property, so there's no privacy. It means that, connect nyo yung sentences nyo to each other. It means that there might be some security, issues. Ano ba? And safety RB. Okay. There might be some security issues because of stalkers or deranged fans. Wag nating sabing deranged, napaka-unkind naman. Gawin na lang natin OA. Overly zealous. Overly zealous. So yeah, this would be a benign answer. Okay, I'm not allowed to say that, but this would be a high-level answer. At least an 8. O yan. Hindi rin kami pwede magsabi ng exact score. Okay. So anyway, let's move on. Ooh. So this is part 2. For part 2, you'll be given 1 minute to make notes. So please make notes, something useful. Develop a system that you can use. Describe someone who's a good leader. You should say who this person is, how you know this person, how this person behaves, and explain why you think this person is a good leader. Kailangan bang sagutin lahat ng bullet points? Hindi naman po, except for number 4. The last question is always the most important one. All right? The last question is always the most important one. Don't miss it. Pero ganito lang, no? If you miss one of the bullet points, paano ka makaka 2 minutes? Okay, so I think it's gonna be pretty hard to miss that. Okay, so please just answer all of them. Kung gusto nyo madali, just follow them in order. And remember, you can always add more information to make your story more interesting. For example, you know the birthday of this person? E di sabihin nyo, kung di nyo alam, I don't know how old he is, but I guess he's old. Maybe he's like 70 years old or 90, kung ano man yan. Pwede naman po manghula sa Ielts. Okay? Ano pa ba? If you know the nationality or the province of this person, pwede. If you know what the titles of this person's what projects or movies or awards, you can always include that. If this person has like popular relatives, well-known family members, you can also include them. Walang problema. If this person is from your own city or province, you can also say that during the test. Kahit hindi tinanong, as long as it's related and it's not off topic, pwede nyo dagdag. Kaya nga, I don't think 2 minutes is difficult. In fact, most of our students, hindi na problema dito sa part 2 question. Now, some advice here. Okay? Because some of you are gonna say, sir, pwede bang can I talk about somebody the examiner doesn't know? Like my grandfather. Yes, but just make sure you're able to explain why they're a good leader. Maybe he was the former mayor of your province or governor or community organizer. Pwede. Maybe he organized a union. Okay, or maybe people, listen to him during meetings or in the company. He's one of the top managers. So yan, good leader. Di ba? If everybody loves him and listens to him, ayan po. Pero ganito lang, no? I would be careful about who I'd say here. The examiners are trained to be neutral. They are trained to be as understanding as possible. Pero please, you avoid controversial answers. All right? Lalo na yung mga political answers, because you never know what the examiner thinks about that person. Okay, so I would avoid saying any of the politicians here. I'd avoid saying, people who have a bad history. Okay? Kasi dati na-experience ko na dati, like 4 or 5 years ago, one of my students answered Rodrigo Duterte for this one. Okay naman, walang problema, because the examiners are not supposed to judge you based on your opinion. Okay, but on your language. All right? Ang problema, pag tinanong kayo ng follow-up questions, baka magkontra-kontra na yung mga sasagot ninyo. Okay, kasi ano yung follow-up question sa kanya? Ito yung sagot ni Madam. Sabi niya, oh, I like him because, he does what he wants. Na madalas ko marinig actually, lalo na sa mga butcher namin estudyante. Ay, he's a strong leader, sir, because he does what he wants. Tapos yung follow-up question, okay, should a leader discuss with team members when making decisions? Sabi niya, of course, sir. Sabi ko, okay, but earlier you said that you like this person because he does what he wants, and you even explained that when he wants to do something, he will not, it will not take long. He will do it right away. But now you're telling me it should be discussed. So isn't that a little bit contrary, okay, to what you said? Ayun na, nahirapan na siya mag-English. Okay? Tsaka hindi niyo alam yung yung opinion ng examiners kung ano yung nila, di ba? Yung political. Kaya nga they avoid as much as possible. Okay? They are instructed to avoid questions on politics, religion, money, bawal yan. Bawal itanong yan sa Ielts. Pero pag kayo yung nagbigay ng sagot, then they can ask questions, of course. Okay? And to be honest with you, okay, ako, you know the secret, one of the secrets to how I got a band score 9. Instead of just saying my answer, before the test, tinitignan ko yung examiner ko. Babae ba o lalaki yung examiner ko? Okay? Babae ba o lalaki? Gano'n nakatanda yung examiner ko? You know what? I got a 9 when I started telling them what they wanna hear. Sorry, no? I know they're supposed to be totally neutral, pero if you know a little bit of psychology, you can actually use that to your advantage. Okay? So, and honestly, most of the examiners I know and most of the best review center teachers I know, alam ko yung opinion nila. So they wouldn't enjoy hearing Duterte or the leading candidate nowadays. Okay? Itanong nyo sa ibang mga magle-lecture sa inyo. You can ask them. Especially the top teachers. Okay? Yeah, we talk to each other. Oh my God. God bless the Philippines. So, wag nyo kasing isagot yung politics di ba? You have your university president. Pwede naman. You have the leaders in your hospital. Yung mga leaders nyo sa, ang tawag doon, mga nurse, yung mga head nurse ninyo, mga chief nurse, pwede yan, mga shift managers ninyo. Pwede naman lahat yan Okay? Or if you really want to talk about a political leader, because that's gonna be hard to avoid din naman kasi ganito yung tanong. Then make sure na valid naman yung valid naman po yung achievements nila, hindi yung peke. Alright? It's an insult. Oh my God. Umiinit na yung ulo ko, so I'm gonna end this. Joke lang. Oh my God. Critical thinking, please. Okay, let's base it on records. Right? Not yung nagpapakita lang pag-election. Please. So anyway, let's move on to part 3. Okay? Mapapansin nyo, the part 3 questions. Yeah, sabi ni Grizel, Pink is famous in review centers. Yeah, and there's a reason for that. Okay? Teka lang, are you looking at my pin? Nakatingin po. My name is Lee J. De Jesus. Okay? My name starts with letter L. Therefore, the pin. Okay? So anyway, take a look at the part 3 questions. Who is considered the head of the family in your culture? Are men better at making decision making in the family? Do you think more women will become leaders in the future? Should a leader discuss with team members when making decisions? What are the qualities of a good leader? Okay? What do you notice in comparison to part 1? Mas complex yung mga tanong. Okay? So they have more complicated questions because this is the part that will decide your final score. The harder the questions, the better. Because if they see that you're having a hard time, they will make the questions easier. Your score will also go down because the examiners are allowed to change the wordings of the questions. Same topic pero different wordings. Okay? Advice for part 3, how do you get a better score for part 3? Una-una, longer answers po. Okay? The length of your answers for part 1 will not do for part 3. You need longer answers. Okay? So kanina, 2 to 3 sentences lang, di ba? Sa part 3, mas maganda if you can write 4 to 5 sentences. 4 to 5 ha, na hindi tayo nag-go off topic. Okay? So, may time ba tayo? Oh, 10:42. All right. Guys, pili kayo. We only have time for one more question. So there are 5 questions here. Which question would you like us to work on before we finish? Type nyo lang yung number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the chat box. 3. Okay. 3. Guys, wag niyong i-limit sa sa isang field lang, no? So, maybe you're thinking in the field of politics. Well, we have Angela Merkel actually. Sino yung Prime Minister ng New Zealand kasi the one who handled the COVID pandemic well? Forgot her name. You can also think in the field of business, in the field of science, in the field of medicine. Mhm. Oh, si Jacinda. Oh man, yeah, idol. Okay, some people are asking for number 2. Some people are asking for number 3. Okay, number 2 ako na lang sasagot. Are men better at decision making in the family? Guys, ganito one of the best answers, okay, for part 3 is it depends. Okay, because a lot of people pipili lang ng isa tapos doon na lang sila. Guys, come on, be realistic in your answer. If you answer, it depends. Hindi problema yung 4 to 5 sentences because you'll be able to say a lot. Okay, sabihin lang ganito, it depends. Diba? Leadership is not based on gender. Okay? So it depends. Leadership is not based on gender. Okay? A lot of people think that men are better because they grew up in a patriarchal, tama ba spelling ko? Tama, in a patriarchal or a macho. Yes, macho is an English word, or a macho society. Okay? Okay na ba to? Hindi, 2 sentences pa lang. For part 3, it needs to be a more in-depth discussion. Okay? There are a lot of men, okay, who have made ridiculous, okay, or damaging what choices, okay, for their kids, and the same is true. It's true for some women also. Okay, hindi naman wala naman sa gender yan, di ba? Okay? For me, tapos ito, dito nyo pakita yung intelligence nyo. Ito yung gusto mo marinig ng examiner yan. For me, the best way to decide is to do it as a family. Okay? The husband should decide as well as the wife. And of course, they should also listen to the kids. Di ba yan naman yung tama? Yan naman yung intelihente. Huwag tayong magka-cancel ng bata ka lang, manahimik ka. A lot of people used to tell me that when I was young. I didn't like it. Okay, asawa lang kita, babae ka lang, ako magde-decision. Oh my God, in what world are you living? 2000 na po tayo. Okay, babae yan, hindi yan magaling hindi yan magaling mag-manage. Okay, naku, that's so sexist. Okay, so ito po, this would be my answer for this one. Okay, sasabihin ko, it depends. And they should also listen to the kids. Ayan. Grizel, what do you mean by the format? Mhm. Okay, how about number 3? Yan po. Sige, I'll check the first 2 answers. No? Do you think more women will become leaders in the future? Sige po. Hindi ba naka-share yung yung screen ko? I thought it was being one more time. Let me share it. Yan guys. You mean share sa group? O sige, walang problema. Okay, I'll send it to the admins of IFNG. Popost nila. No, I'll give them the file. No problema. Ayun, okay. Sige. So guys, last question for tonight. Do you think more women will become leaders in the future? Lawakan nyo. Try to write 4 to 5 sentences. Habang nag-iisip kayo, let me share some paraphrasing. Coming years, imbis na in the future, from now on, coming years, from now on, pwede. You can also say soon, yan. And then, women, females, okay, females, that's easy. Please don't say girls, okay? Women to, girls are children, women, adults. Of course, leaders. Positions of authority. Dami. They will come into power. Okay, just send me your answer. Okay, while you're typing, type ko na yung sa akin no because it's 10:50. I don't want to go over time. More, okay. Opinion to. So as I see it, okay. As I see it, there's no reason why this shouldn't become a reality. So the pandemic has proven that women can be as good as or even better than men. Okay, in handling a crisis. In fact, okay, a lot of them have come into positions of fame and influence. Tapos, pwede nyo lagyan ng example, such as Jacinda. Okay, Jacinda Ardern. Siyempre, Oprah, Oprah Winfrey. Okay, and magbigay tayo ng sino ba? Local. May mga business leaders natin. Sasabihin ko sana, Cynthia Villar, pero Diyos ko po. Masama daw. Oh my God, I used to have a good image of her. Okay, not anymore. Sino ba bang magandang ilagay dito? Jacinda Ardern, Oprah Winfrey, Okay, and mhm. Oh, yeah, one of my favorites, ganda ng book niya, and Michelle Obama. Sir, di naman naging president. She's done a lot of work in charitable organizations and humanitarian efforts also. What political development, and a lot of them I'm coming with. Dern, Oprah Winfrey, and Michelle uh, Obama. Okay, leadership potential is not determined by gender, okay, but by action. Pwede na. Okay, ito, merong sagot dito. This answer's a bit short. This one. Sabi niya, I don't think so. Oh man. I hope your examiner won't be a woman. Okay, because they're gonna be insulted with this. I told you, konting psychology, right? So I don't think so. I believe can do best leadership, can be the best. Okay. When the question says more women will become leaders in the future, when you say leaders, it doesn't have to be one person. Okay. Because leadership can be determined in many ways. It can be the field of business. Okay, of course, in the field of politics also. What else? How about ako feeling ko dapat even in religion there should be more women eh. I mean, ba puro lalaki yung mga pare. Dapat may mga babae din diyan. Okay? I believe men can be the best leaders, okay? Because women tend to be more emotional and moral. What is moral aligned? I don't know what this is. Okay. Morally aligned. I don't get that. So, ibig mong sabihin, maraming babae immoral? Is that what that means? Because I don't know what this means. Morally aligned. Okay. I hope you haven't offended some of the women in this in this session. I would have been careful with this. Okay, guys. So I hope you picked up something, okay, from this session. Uh, please, please practice. Okay, last answer, may nagpahabol. Let's try this one. Yes, absolutely. Because nowadays considered as one word, okay? Women are more active, good influences, and they easily express their decision making. A tough one, in tough situations. Tapos naglagay ng personal example. Okay to, this is good. Gustong-gusto to ng Ielts pag nagbibigay ka ng personal example. Okay? Just like here in Saudi Arabia, nowadays more and more leaders are female. Oh, I think they lifted the restriction, no, yung bagong king. Okay, although it's an uphill battle, matagal pa. So ang dami pa nating dami pa nating kailangan daanan bago maging fair yung mundo sa mga babae. Because right now, it is a disadvantage. Okay? Discrimination. So anyway, that's it. I think that's it for me because it's 10:56. All right. So guys, if you need more help, please contact us. You can see our contact information here behind me. Ayun po yung phone number. Okay, and then go to Facebook, type nyo lang World English, and we will definitely answer your queries. Itong pong file, itong mga sample answers, share ko kay Sir Jeff so that they can post it or share it with the group po. Okay, final questions or comments or okay, walang problema. All right. So Sir Jeff, Pahinga na tayo. That's it for me. More speaking in 2 weeks yata, no? My schedule with you is in 2 weeks on a Saturday. Sige.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys. Thanks for coming and to World English. Thank you so much, Sir Lee J.
Sir
And
Jeff,
have a
by
good
the
night,
way,
everyone. See you again
Sir
next
Jeff,
time.
question lang. Sir,
Sorry.
sir. Mukhang mukhang pangmayaman yung background mo. Nasaan ka ba niya?
Ako,
Oh,
nasa South Carolina po ako now.
alright.
Birthday nung pamangkin ko. Last time nasa Georgia.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.